I don't know if you noticed, but I got my van back. And I've got a little story for you guys, but we're gonna go somewhere. We're gonna go take a drive, and I'm gonna explain what's going on with this van and why this is becoming a big problem for me. This is a 2022 Mercedes Benz Sprinter. For those of you with a brain, that means it's brand new. And almost since I got it, I've been chasing a body squeak in that area. When I bought the van new, it had a bulkhead wall and the noise wasn't all that aggressive, and then it just kept getting worse. So I took the van to my local Mercedes dealer, which is not in fact the one I bought it from, and they installed this and maybe one or two other small spots of this sort of butyl rubber that you can see between the skin and the bracing. And unfortunately, that did not fix the issue. So I took it back to Mercedes and said, look, you've got to fix this. This is MSRP, an $80,000 van. 80 grand. That's a lot of cash. You've got to fix this. And despite what the comment section says, like, it's a work van, it's a cargo van, what do you expect? I expect 80 grand worth of vehicle, not trash. So I took it back to Mercedes, and they had it for a month. Their tech tried to get it right, and then they decided at some point that it needed to go to a local, what I would call high-end body shop where they normally send their Mercedes cars. Okay, cool. Let's get it fixed, right? Well, here we are, exactly a month later, and I took it out. It was fine. I took it over some bumps. It was okay. I was excited, and then progressively over the next couple days, which didn't get a lot of driving, it came back. Luckily, I had someone in the van with me at the time, and I said, hey, can you go back there and see if you can figure out where it's coming from? Because after 2 visits now to the dealership to fix something that shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Right in front of the axle. It's up high, I think. Yeah, it's this one right here.
Now we're talking about a 3rd visit, and I am starting to wonder if the bright yellow van is indeed, much like its color, a lemon. So my buddy Josh tells me he thinks it's coming from this area, and that is exactly just forward of the axle. That is exactly where I thought the issue started. So despite putting butyl rubber on every brace around the van, top and bottom, and in behind there, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but there's rubber back there. Just goop everywhere on both sides. I was told they fixed this side, so then they would have to fix this side because a new issue arose over here. So they're trying. It's not without trying. But the issue was still here. And weirdly enough, the issue only seemed to present itself, now that the rubber and all that has been added, it only seemed to present itself when I was going downhill and off the throttle. So decelerating down a hill, which, if you're out west, is going to happen quite a bit. I travel all over the US. I want this to be fixed, right? I want it to be correct. The thing that upsets me the most about this is not that the van is screwed up. That sucks, right? That sucks a lot. That costs a lot of money, and I'm kind of frustrated by the whole thing. It's disappointing to know that the one that has the most aftermarket options and blah, 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 all the reasons I bought it, it's just letting me down. The thing that sucks is I've actually brought on a few sponsors, believe it or not, for the build. I've got CA Tuned with a bumper and some other parts. I've got Mainline Overland helping me out with the build and things like that. I've got Second Skin helping me with soundproofing on the front end. I've got swivels from the Swivel Shop. And it's awesome to know that those companies believe in me, even though my van outlets are nowhere near the 800,000 followers from the other side, right? Like, this is a new venture. It's hard to believe in something that's brand new and unproven, but they did. They did. They are helping me out with this build. And it's really exciting to know that I can work outside of the firearms industry where I normally work. It's exciting to have those possibilities. It's just really a huge letdown that the van is still squeaking after a month. You know what? This is not a bad spot to sit back and complain a little bit. It's really not. This is kind of like a floodplain. There's lots of trash and stuff around. I've shown this area before, but it's not a bad sunset. So what's next? Well, I called Mercedes and they say, bring it back. We're gonna fix it this time. And I'm hesitant to believe that. I really am genuinely hesitant to believe that. But the best part is that I have to wait. It's the 14th of December, and I've got to wait until the 4th of January for an appointment. So, here I sit. The van project on hold because I don't want to install a bunch of stuff just to have it go back. Do I look into this being a lemon? Is that even a possibility? Will they try and screw me over if I go down that road? Like, what? I don't know what to do. I really don't know. This is a very expensive vehicle that is becoming a massive letdown. I also want to point out to everybody in the comments that told me I was wrong for expecting this. I disagree, man. I don't know what your money's worth, but I like to believe that I work somewhat hard for my money. I spent a lot of years building a business, and to have somebody deliver me a product that I believe is subpar and then have people making excuses for such a product, that's pretty disappointing. I'm not saying you guys suck or whatever. Like, nah. Like, I think my dollar is worth it, and for that thing to carry a nearly $80,000 price tag, it shouldn't freaking squeak like that. It just shouldn't. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. I would really appreciate if you subscribed and maybe showed this to somebody that you know that has interest in this stuff so that people can see this is the reality of some of the van builds out there. This is a real issue, and I think it's only fair to show it to you guys. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.